Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about where you should stop constantly complaining. Now let's get right into the video. So back in the day, I used to be somebody who was always complaining about everything. I was complaining about the weather, I was complaining about my own life, I was complaining about my health, I was also complaining about others constantly. Oh, look what this person's doing, oh, this guy fucked me over, this person did this to me. And in the end of the day, if you take all these things together and look at them from an objective point of view, it doesn't matter. If you complain about things, it doesn't change anything. I can complain about everything in this world, right? I can complain about some things happening outside of our country, right? Or some things happening in another country, but it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, this is not effective for you in order to get anywhere in life. Think about it. If you're just sitting there and not accomplishing anything and not doing anything, just constantly complaining, it will actually drive you in a negative way. It will actually hinder you from achieving your goals. Because when you're just in a complaining mode and your mind goes into the complaining mode and you're just constantly, instead of thinking for solutions to problems, you constantly just complain about stuff. This is the easiest way to get lost. And then you will be somebody who can only complain. And then there's a difficult situation happening in your life, and the first thing your brain is going to go towards is the standard. Because listen, when you have certain habits in your life, these habits will drive your behavior. If you're somebody whose first reaction is to always complain and just constantly complain in life, not only to your parents or to your family or to your friends, but to everybody, then your first reaction to a difficult problem will be to also complain to somebody or about the problem or whatever, right? And when you have that habit, this is the thing that you're only going to do instead of thinking for solutions. If you don't think for solutions, the problem is still there. You can complain day and night, but the problem is still there, and you're actually going to be worse off. Because number one, you're going to waste time. You're going to waste precious time that you could be investing in thinking about solutions. And number two, it will have a negative impact. When you have a negative energy, a negative mind, it will weaken your own mental state, and it will also make it more difficult for you to get help from others. Because let's face it, nobody wants to talk to somebody who's constantly complaining. Nobody likes complainers, because complainers drag you down. Their energy is a negative energy that will keep you down. But people want to go up in energy. They want positive energy. They want reinforcement. They want people that make them feel good. Complainers don't make nobody feel good. They're just annoying. They're just sitting there. Oh, what about this? What about that? It don't matter. It don't matter. Try to find a solution. And this is the thing I want you to do in your life. So the first thing I also did back in the day, because I was one of the worst complainers I ever knew in my whole group of friends or everywhere. I was the worst one of all. And the first thing I had to realize is I had to take responsibility for my own life. If I'm just constantly sitting there and blaming everything and complaining about everything, nothing will be done and nothing will get changed. So the first thing I had to do is change my mindset. You have to change your mindset. You have to start thinking not, oh, why is the situation so bad, or what should I do about this situation? I can't do nothing. Instead, think about, how can I solve this issue? What is the first thing I have to do? Okay, bad thing happened. Maybe you crashed your car, right? Terrible situation. So what is the first thing you can do? Okay, maybe I'll call somebody. Maybe you call the ambulance if you're hurt, right? Or maybe you just call somebody who can pick up the car. Maybe you think, okay, maybe I just call the insurance, get the insurance stuff done. This is the first thing you think about. Okay, then you think, how can I buy a new car? Do I really need this car? What kind of car should I buy? Just think in solutions. And then another, as a perspective, a complainer would just think, oh my god, this is so terrible, and you just sit there and cry and waste time, important time that you could be investing into achieving your own goals in life. Because there are two kinds of people in life that I've realized over the span of my life. There's the one people who just go out there and get stuff done. The people just go out there and just achieve their goals, right? And the other kind of people are those that just sit around, oh, maybe I'm going to do it tomorrow, oh, I'm just going to complain about everything. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? Oh, the weather is so bad. Listen, if you're somebody who maybe wants to go to the gym, this is another example. You just want to go to the gym, and then outside it's raining, and you're like, oh, I can't go to the gym because it's raining. That's bullshit. That's complaining. That's nonsense. See, you cannot get anything done if you're just somebody who's just constantly crying about stuff. So get that away from your life. Now, the first thing I want you to do is write 10 things down that you could actually do in your life right now to improve your life, and also think about ways how you can stop complaining. So when the thought comes up, when you're in a situation and the thought comes up, oh, I want to complain about something, maybe the weather, then you need to stop yourself consciously, stop your mind in that track and think, oh, wait a second. I'm not a complainer anymore. So instead of thinking, oh, the weather is so bad, I can't go to the gym, you think, oh, perfect, it's raining, so I can use my new, my new umbrella, or maybe I just go through the rain, maybe that makes me tougher. I don't know. Find a solution. Create stories inside of your mind that make it easier for you to get the things done in your life. And you can make it easier to reframe the things. This is another really important tool that I discovered back in the day. It's the tool, it's called reframing. So when a situation happens that's maybe not positive for you, you take the situation and you think about, okay, how can I take this negative situation and twist it around and turn it into a positive? This is really a habit and a skill that I had to acquire myself. I'm still working on it because this is a really important tool that I need to be using in order to transform my mind. So when a situation happens, you take the situation and you think, what can happen, what can get positive out of this situation. So let's talk about the car crash. Okay, the car crash happened, and now what? Okay, the car crash is really bad, but now maybe I'll get some money from the insurance. Maybe I hated the car, maybe the car was old, maybe now I have an opportunity to buy a new car, or maybe I didn't even need the car in the first place, and the car crash made me realize, hey, right now I don't actually need the car, it's just money that I spent on nothing that I don't actually need. I can maybe instead go with the bike, or just go take public transport, so I can just save some money and do some other stuff with that money, and so I can start investing the money into other things. So you see how your mind can see one situation in two different ways. So number one situation could be like, okay, the car crashed, this is terrible, I'm just going to cry, and now I can't do the beautiful things driving around through the city, this is terrible, this is horrible, I'm going to cry. This is the one thing that you can do, right? This is the one mindset you can have, the complainer mindset. Now the second mindset is just trying to fix the stuff, like I said, right? Go out there and just don't buy a car if you don't need one, or buy a new car that is better than the old one, or maybe you can save some money on the car, maybe you get the insurance money invested into something else. You see, this is the attitude that you need to apply to your own life. Don't be a complainer. Everybody hates them and nobody likes complainers. So get stuff done. Think about ways you can start implementing reframing into your life. This is also another thing I want you to do, and I'm also doing this in my own life. This week, if a difficult situation comes up, use reframing. Actively use that tool instead of your mind and write down, how can I change the situation? At the end of the day, maybe something terrible happened. Maybe your girlfriend broke up with you. Goodbye. So then you can sit there at night and either cry or you write down, today, this day that thing happened, right? You write down, okay, what is positive about the situation? Even if it's really difficult for your mind to find the positive, think about, how can I use this situation to make me stronger? Because also one thing that I've realized in my own life is the worst thing that happened to me are actually the best things that happened to me. Because those moments where everything felt lost and where I was crying, lying on the floor crying and stuff like that, these were the moments that made me the strongest and the toughest, and those were the moments where I had a different perspective. I got to see what it feels like to be at the bottom, to be nowhere, to have nothing. When you have nothing, the only way you can go is up. When you're completely at the bottom, you can only go up. And this is the thing that I've realized. You also need to realize that in your own life and start using that negative energy and transfer it into positive, and take those negative moments, those horrible moments, and when you look back at them, trust me, those moments will be the best ones. You will be, oh my God, thank God that happened, right? And right now I'm like, oh, thank God that happened, because now I know inside of my mind, no matter what happens, even if I go to zero, even if everything fails, I can still get back up, because I mean, it can't even get worse than it was back in the day. That's just my own personal story. Maybe for you it's different, but start using hardships and start using difficult situations as a situation that you can use to get stronger, better, and improve your own skills, because the universe will always work in ways it will help you, and it will show you what you need to hear and what you need to see, not what you actually want to see or want to hear. Think about this one. And if you liked the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you in the next one. Put a comment in, how did you like this video, put a like on it. Yeah, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.